I'm Marquessa, and I'd like to talk to you, share with you a little funny story of mine. You see, when I was about 7, I was just really an active child, always getting into things, doing things, being really mischievous. I remember when I was about 2, my brother was born. Well, see, I didn't really take well to him coming into the family. I was always pushing him, taking his toys, always making him cry. Well, of course, sometimes when my parents would see this, they'd want to punish me. And of course I didn't want to be punished, so I'd run and hide, and I'd go underneath chairs or underneath my bed or something to hide. But when they found me, they'd usually send me to my room. Now, when I went to my room, sometimes I would go up to the window and open it and yell out, "Hi! My parents just are punishing me because I did something bad, and they sent me to my room." Huh. Yeah. And then I remember another time I went into my dad's bathroom and I found his razor. And I decided I want to shave. So I started shaving, and then after I was done, and I cut my face all up. I couldn't believe it. But I guess what I've been trying to get to is the time that I got my head stuck underneath the steps. Well, see, when I was about 6, I would like to take my mom's pots and pans. You see, and I'd like to take my pots and pans and I'd take them outside. And when I took them outside, I'd find some grass and weeds, and I'd put them in the pot, and then they would be my vegetables, and I'd find some other rocks, and I'd find them, and put them in another pot, and those would be my potatoes. Then I'd find a really big rock, and that would be my roast. And then I also would mix mud, and I put it in my pots, and that would be my gravy. But this one day, I went outside and I would try to look for my big rock for my roast, and I couldn't find it. And then I saw it. There's a big rock perfect for my roast underneath that porch, underneath the steps. But how am I going to get it? So I just put my head underneath there, and I reached and reached, and I got it. And then I went out and tried to get out, but oh no, I was stuck. I'm stuck. So I started wiggling and trying to get out, but I couldn't. You'd think a 6-year-old's head could get out of there, but I guess not. So I had to sit there and wait for my mom to come find me, and, well, there she came. She found me, and she tried to get me out, but she couldn't. And when she couldn't get me out, she started panicking because she couldn't get me out. And I started panicking because I've been stuck underneath these steps. But then my mom went over and got the neighbor, and the neighbor, between the two of them, got my head out. And after that, they got me out, and you'd think after everything that happened, my mom wouldn't fuss at me. But oh yeah, I got fussed at. Something else I shouldn't have been doing. And then she looked at her pots and her pans, and she saw all the grass and the mud and the rocks. And she looked at them and she fussed at me some more. But yeah, that was the most happiest thing that ever happened to me.